Burkina Faso is once again at the center of West Africa's political storm. Its young, charismatic leader, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, has taken bold steps to reshape the country's political and security landscape. But with every powerful leader comes a challenge, and in Traoré's case, there's more than one. Could a recent plot to overthrow him be the latest attempt to destabilize Burkina Faso's journey towards self-reliance and progress? Beyond the immediate threat to Traoré's life, the assassination plot hints at a larger, more complex struggle for power. Traoré's bold defiance of external powers has made him both a hero to some and a target to others. As Burkina Faso continues to navigate a volatile political landscape, the future of the nation hangs in the balance. With foreign influences lurking and internal dissent growing, the stakes have never been higher. In today's video, we will uncover the brewing tensions in Burkina Faso, from the alleged assassination plot against Ibrahim Traoré to the broader geopolitical battle for control over West Africa. Why is this happening now? And what does it mean for Burkina Faso's future? And before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to the African Web and hit the bell icon to stay updated on more stories shaping the continent. The recent alleged assassination attempt on Ibrahim Traoré's life may seem like just another event in Burkina Faso's turbulent political history. But the reality is far more complex. Traoré, who came to power in 2022 through a military coup, has emerged as a symbol of resistance against external influences, most notably the lingering presence of former colonial powers. His vision for Burkina Faso is one of sovereignty and independence, free from the grasp of imperialism. But with such ambitions come powerful adversaries. The plot against Traoré appears to be more than just an internal political dispute. It's symptomatic of larger regional forces clashing over influence and control in West Africa. External powers, particularly former colonial powers like France, have vested interests in maintaining a foothold in the region, particularly through economic control. The outcome of Traoré's battle for sovereignty will send ripples throughout the entire region, affecting neighboring countries that are similarly seeking freedom from external interference. Let's rewind a bit. Before Traoré, Burkina Faso was led by another military figure, Paul-Henri Sandaogo Damiba. Damiba had taken control in January 2022, ousting President Roch-Marc Christian Kabore, who was criticized for failing to curb the growing jihadist insurgency plaguing the country. But despite his promises, Damiba also struggled to bring stability, and within months, he was removed from power by none other than Traoré. Now, reports suggest that Damiba is lurking in the shadows, plotting once again to seize power. This time, it's alleged that he's orchestrating a conspiracy to assassinate Traoré, backed by a network of former military officers and external actors. But what drives this persistent power struggle in Burkina Faso? This isn't merely a personal rivalry between Traoré and Damiba. It's part of a broader struggle for Burkina Faso's soul, where different visions of the country's future are clashing. Traoré represents a break from the past, a pivot towards more radical anti-imperialism, while Damiba is seen by many as representing the old order, a system more willing to accommodate external powers. The power struggle between these two figures symbolizes the larger ideological conflict playing out across West Africa. Beyond just military instability, there's a deeper economic battle playing out. Burkina Faso, rich in natural resources like gold, finds itself at the center of a resource war. External powers, both Western and non-Western, are interested in controlling the region's wealth, and this has only intensified the internal conflicts. Traoré's bold stance to control these resources for the benefit of the people is a significant reason for the rising tensions. As we zoom out, we see that Burkina Faso is not fighting this battle alone. Across the Sahel region, countries like Mali and Niger are also grappling with jihadist insurgencies, political instability, and the search for alternative alliances. Traoré's regime has taken a bold step by cutting ties with France and looking towards new partners like Russia, Iran, and Turkey. These alliances, however, are controversial. For example, Traoré's decision to collaborate with Russian military contractors, including the notorious Wagner Group, now known as African Corps, has sparked concern among international observers. The insurgency in Burkina Faso is not just a national issue, it is a regional crisis. Extremist groups linked to Al-Qaeda and the Islamic State have exploited the power vacuum created by political infighting. They've taken advantage of porous borders and under-equipped armies to spread their influence, leaving devastation in their wake. Millions have been displaced, schools have been shut down, and the country's already fragile infrastructure is crumbling under the pressure. The international community is closely watching these developments. Global superpowers have long used West Africa as a battleground for influence, from resources to military alliances. Traoré's decision to cut ties with France and align with non-Western powers signals a potential shift in West Africa's geopolitical alignment. But at the same time, such moves increase Burkina Faso's isolation from traditional allies, which could make the country more vulnerable to destabilization. Despite this, Traoré's government continues to resist external control. He has expelled French troops, signifying Burkina Faso's desire to pave its own way. But with reports of Damiba's alleged connections to terrorist organizations, the stakes have never been higher. Is this a simple case of political rivalry, or are we witnessing a deeper conflict over the future direction of Burkina Faso, and by extension, the entire Sahel? While Traoré seeks to assert Burkina Faso's sovereignty, the challenges are immense. His government is battling insurgencies on multiple fronts while trying to secure military and economic support from new allies. But these partnerships with non-Western powers, particularly Russia, come with risks. There are growing concerns about the involvement of groups like Wagner in human rights abuses and the exploitation of natural resources. Could this shift in alliances solve Burkina Faso's problems, or does it create new vulnerabilities for the country? And let's not forget the wider implications for West Africa. Countries like Ghana, Ivory Coast, and Benin are watching these developments closely, fearing that the chaos could spill over into their territories. As Burkina Faso navigates this delicate balance between internal stability and external partnerships, the question remains, what does the future hold for Traoré's government? As we consider the future of Burkina Faso, it is important to acknowledge that the path Traoré has taken is not without precedent. Historically, leaders who have dared to challenge Western influence and pursue self-reliance have often found themselves isolated or overthrown. This is not just a story about Burkina Faso. It is a reflection of the broader struggles across the African continent, where leaders are constantly grappling with the dual pressures of internal unrest and external interference. The outcome of these struggles will shape the future of not just Burkina Faso, but the entire West African region. Burkina Faso stands at a crossroads. The country's future, and that of the wider Sahel region, hinges on how these power struggles play out. Can Ibrahim Traoré succeed where others have failed? Will his vision for a sovereign Burkina Faso stand firm against external pressures? Or will political rivals like Damiba continue to pose a threat? It's crucial to remember that the story of Burkina Faso is far from over. The actions taken today will have lasting implications for future generations. What do you think should happen to those involved in the plot against Traoré? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the African Web for more stories shaping the future of Africa. Until next time, stay informed and stay engaged.